जिरा फदा रब्बहु अन्नी मग़लूबुन फ़ंतसिर फ़फ़त्तहना अबवाअबस्समाई बिमाइन मुनहमीर फज्जरनल अर्ज़ा उयूनन फ़अल्तक़ल माउ अला अम्रिन क़द क़ुदिरा व हम्मलनाहु अला ज़ाति अल्वाहि वद्दुस्सुर तजरी बिआयुनिना जज़ाअन लिमन काना कुफ्री वलक़द तरकनाहा आयातन फ़हल मिन मुदक्किर फ़कैफ़ काना अज़ाबी फ़नुज़ुर वलक़द यस्सरनल क़ुरआन लिज़्ज़िक्रि फ़हल मिन मुदक्किर कज़्ज़बत आदुन फ़कैफ़ काना अज़ाबी वनुज़ुर इन्ना अरसलना अलैहिम रेहन सरसारन फ़ी यौमिन नहसिन मुस्तमिर व तंज़िउन्नासा कअन्नहुम अजाज़ु नख़लिम मुनख़इर फ़कैफ़ काना अज़ाबी वन्नुज़ुर वलक़द यस्सरनल क़ुरआन लिज़्ज़िक्र फ़हल मिन मुदक्किर कज़्ज़बत समूदु बिन्नुज़िर।
औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम वलक़द ये हो गया फ़क़ालू औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम फ़क़ालू अबशरम मिन्ना वाहिदन नत्तबिउहु बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम कज़्ज़बत समूदु बिन्नुज़ुर फ़क़ालू अबशरम मिन्ना वाहिदन नत्तबिउहु इन्ना इज़न लफ़ी ज़लालिम व सुऊर उल्क़िय ज़िक्रु अलैहि मिन बैनिना बल हुवा कज़्ज़ाबुन अशीर सयअलमून अज़ामन गदम मनिल कज़्ज़ाबुल अशीर इन्ना मुरसिलुन नाक़ती फ़ितनतन लहुम फ़र्तक़िबहुम वस्तबिर वनब्बिअहुम अन्नल माअ क़िस्मतुम बैनहुम कुल्लु शिरबिन मुहतज़र फ़नादौ साहिबहुम फ़तआता फ़अक़र फ़कैफ़ कान अज़ाबी वनुज़ुर व इन्ना अरसलना अलैहिम सैहतन वाहिदतन फ़कानू कहशीमिल मुहतज़िर वलक़द यस्सरनल क़ुरआन लिज़्ज़िक्रि फ़हल मिन मुद्दकिर कज़्ज़बत क़ौमु लूतिम बिन्नुज़ुर इन्ना अरसलना अलैहिम हासिबन इल्ला आला लूत नज्जयनाहुम बिसहरिन निअमतन मिन इंदिना कज़ालिका नजज़ी मन शकर वलक़द अंज़रहुम बतशतना फ़तमारौ बिन्नुज़ुर वलक़द रावदूहु अन ज़ैफ़िही फ़तमस्ना आयुनहुम फ़ज़ूक़ू अज़ाबी वनुज़ुर वलक़द सब्बहुम بكرة عذاب مستقير فذوقوا عذابي ونذر ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من فهل من مدكر. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد جاء آل فرعون النذر كذبوا بآياتنا كلها فأخذناهم أخذ عزيز مقتدر. أكفاركم خير من أولئكم أم لكم براءة في الزبور أم يقولون نحن جميع منتصر سيهزم الجمع ويولون الدبور بل للساعة موعدهم والساعة أدهى وأمر. إن المجرمين في ضلال والسعور يوم يسحبون في النار على وجوههم ذوقوا مس سقر. إن كل شيء خلقنا بقدر وما أمرنا إلا واحدة كلمهم بالبصر. ولقد أهلكنا أشياعكم فهل من مدكر. وكل شيء إن فعلوه في الزبور وكل صغير وكبير مستطر. إن المتقين في جنات ونهر في مقعد صدق عند مليك مقتدر.
دولابنا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علم البيان والشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفع وضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقي وزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وزعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والهب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. وله الجوار منشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. يا محمد.
كل من عليه فإن يبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يعله من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شأن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان سنفرغ لكم آيات الثقلان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا ينفذون إلا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يرسل عليكما شواظ من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فإذا انشقت السماء فكانت وردا كالحدان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيوم إذ لا يسأل عن ذنبه إنس ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يعرف المجرمون بصميحهم فيؤخذوا بالنواصي والأقدام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان اللهم صل
على محمد وآل محمد.
औज़ुबिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम हाज़िही जहन्नमुल्लती युकज़्ज़िबु बिहल मुजरिमून यतूफ़ूना बैनहा व बैन हमीमिन आन फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान वलिमन खाफ़ा मक़ामा रब्बिही जन्नातान फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान ज़वाता अफ़नान फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान फ़ीहिमा ऐनानी तजरियान फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान फ़ीहिमा मिन कुल्ली फ़ाकिहातिन ज़ौजान फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान मुत्तक़ीना अला फ़ुरूशिन बिताइनुहा मिन इस्तबरकिन वजनल जन्नातीनी दान फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान फ़ीहिन्ना कासिरातुत तर्फ़ी लम यतमिसहुन्ना इंसुन क़ब्लहुम वला जान फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान कअन्नहुन्नल याक़ूतु वल मरजान फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान हल जज़ाउल इहसानी इल्लल इहसान। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलवात।
औज़ुबिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम फ़बिअय्यि आलाइ रब्बिकुमा तुकज़्ज़िबान من دون ما جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
صل على محمد
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعجل فرجهم سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين وليا ولي الله ووصي رسول الله وخليفته بلا فاس اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين وليا حجة الله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح هيا على خير الأمل هيا على خير الأمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذا الساعة في كل ساعة ولي وحافظ قائد الناصر دليل عينها حتى تسكن أرزقك وتمتع فيها طويلا
المؤمنين وإمام المتقين عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. كذلك الله ربي. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار بجاه محمد وآله الأطهار. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم واحشرنا معهم. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وتقبل شفاعته في أمته وارفع درجته بحول الله وقوته. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. يا لطيف ارحم عبدك الضعيف. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرج.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا علي يا عظيم يا غفور يا رحيم أنت رب العظيم الذي لا كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. وهذا شهر نظمته وكرمته وشرفته وفضلته على الشهور. وهو شهر الذي فرضت عليه فرضته عليه. وهو شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. وجعلت فيه ليلة القدر وجعلتها خيرا من ألف شهر. ولا ظلمن ولا يمن عليك من علي بفكاك رقبتي من النار في من تمن عليه وادخل الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. استجبنا له ورجعنا. سبحان ربي سبحان ربي الأعلى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. استعين بنا الصراط. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان ربي الأعلى. الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. عليك أيها النبي الرحيم. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان ربي الأعلى. بسم الله الرحمن بسم الله الرحمن أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين علي ولي الله ووصي رسول الله وخليفته بلا فصل. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين عليا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. كذلك الله ربي. الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار بجاه محمد وآله الأطهار. رب زدني علما وألحقني بالصالحين. رب لا تذرني فردا وأنت خير الوارثين. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم واحشرنا معهم. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وتقبل شفاعته في أمته وارفع درجته. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. استغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. يا لطيف ارحم عبدك الضعيف يا ولي العافية. أسألك العافية عافية الدنيا والآخرة لي ولجميع المؤمنين. رب صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
وهو سميع بصير. وهذا شهر نظمته وكرمته وشرفته وفضلته للشهور. وهو شهر الذي فرضت صيامه عليه. وهو شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. وجعلت فيه ليلة القدر وجعلتها خيرا من ألف شهر. ولا يزال المن ولا يمن عليك. من علي بفكاك رقبتي من النار في من تمن عليه وادخل الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
صلى الله عليك يا أبا عبد الله. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله. السلام عليك وعلى جدك وأبيك وعلى أمك وأخيك وعلى الأئمة المعصومين من ولدك وبنيك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك ولا يا غريب الغرباء السلطان علي بن موسى الرضا، عليك التحية والثناء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك ولا يا غريب الغرباء السلطان علي بن موسى الرضا، عليك التحية والثناء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك ولا يا صاحب العصر والزمان، الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أعوانك وأنصارك. السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. صلى الله على محمد. اللهم صل صلى الله على محمد. اللهم صل. السلام عليكم الحمد لله كده واحد ما شاء الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hate to interrupt your meal, but I have a couple of announcements. You can keep eating, just listen. First things first, I want to thank all of my volunteers, all of my youth volunteers who have volunteered to help make this Youth Iftar a great success. I would like to especially thank Brother Imran Khan and Sister Alina Jaffrey for doing such a great job in organizing the whole event. So can you give them a loud salawat, please? Upcoming youth events. First, this Friday, July 25th, starting at 10 p.m. at Ackerman Gym, there will be boys basketball. So have iftar here and come to Ackerman Gym to play basketball. There's no cost for the event. If you're 12 and under, please have an older brother with you or an adult with you, okay? The next bigger announcement is Poetry Night, August 29th. We are going to have an open mic poetry night and art gallery for the first time at IEC. This event will be for youth and by youth. It's open mic. I would like all the youth to come and share their poetry. Poetry does not have to be Islamically related. As long as it's a halal concept, you're fine. It's encouraged to have Islamic poetry, but if you don't, that's completely okay. And we have some special guest speakers that will be coming. If you guys remember Brother Yahya Nakvi from Dearborn, who read poetry very well 2 years ago, and Brother Ibrahim from Atlanta, our African-American Shia brother who read very well as well. They will be here on August 29th, so please come to that event. If you would like to submit your poetry and join in the open mic, please submit it to me. You can submit it by email at iecyouth786@gmail.com. If you have any questions, please come see me. One last thing. After yesterday's Jannatul Baqi protest table, there have been a lot of questions, and the Baqi organization would like to re-emphasize some of the concepts that they presented to you. So I would like to introduce, with a big salawat, Brother Kumail Bhai, who is going to reinforce some of those concepts. Bar Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawat. Camp. Sorry, one last thing. August 9th and 10th, camp, IEC camp. $30 per person. There's going to be a lot of great activities. August 9th on Saturday, activities start sharp at 8 a.m. There's outdoor activities, there's rock climbing, and those start early in the morning, and they're very, very fun, so you don't want to miss out on those. Camp will end at noon on Sunday, August 10th. So basically, it's only almost less than a day. It's $30 per person. All food will be provided, and it will be a very good time. There's a lot of activities, including a bonfire on August 9th, so please do attend that as well, okay? If you have any questions, please come see me or Brother Imran Khan. And now, with a loud salawat, welcome Brother Kumail Bhai.
Thank you, Jafar. Okay, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. You are more than welcome to keep eating. I don't want it to cause an interruption in the iftar. So eat with your mouth, listen with your ears. That's the concept here. This presentation is specially geared for the youth. In yesterday's discussion about Jannatul Baqi, a lot of youth members came to us and asked some specific questions about what do we do, how we do it, and why we do it, why is it important. So we sort of tailored our Baqi organization presentation and geared it particularly for the youth. And towards the end of this presentation, there's going to be an open question and answer session. So any of the youth members have any kind of questions related to the Baqi project, feel free to ask that. Myself, I'll try to do my best to answer it. I have other members as well as Maulana Saab will also help me in answering some of the questions. And as long as my kid doesn't bother me, hopefully the presentation is going to go smoothly. Okay. So first of all, the Baqi organization, it is a registered organization at the state and the federal level. We are registered in the state of Illinois, and we also have IRS recognition and so forth to basically that conforms us to basically an organization, an entity in the legal world. Apart from that, there is a group of dedicated individuals who are basically striving to achieve some of the goals of this project. We do have several interfaces that would allow us to communicate with the community and the global community at large. Our website address is www.bakhi.org. Our email, the common catch-all email is info@bakhi.org. We do have additional email addresses, but this is the primary email address that we interact with everybody. We do have Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The Facebook is, we do have Janatul Bakhi Facebook as well. We will send you the information. You may have received some of the emails, but if you have not, you could go to our website and sign up for, to receive email notifications from us. We do have a YouTube channel as well. Bakhi Project is our YouTube channel name. And our Twitter handle is Rebuild Bakhi. So for those who are all on the social media, look us up, find it, become friends, join us, and collaborate with us as part of this project. Now, in short, the Bakhi organization, what do we do? Well, the foremost event that most of you recognize us by that is the annual rally that we conduct on 8th of Shawwal in Washington, D.C. in front of Saudi Embassy. So that's our foremost, project that's looked upon by pretty much most of the communities across the United States. And we've been holding this protest since 2007. Prior to that, this protest used to be held in Daly Center here in Chicago. And since 2007, we have upped the notch and actually going to Washington, D.C. To hold this protest. Throughout the time, over the period of time, we have also collaborated with teams in Houston, Los Angeles, and New York to actually hold similar protests in front of the Saudi consulates as well. So we have pretty much all the four landmarks of Saudi Arabia and the United States. They see the Rebuild Jannatul Bakhi message on 8th Shawwal every year. But besides that, we also work with organizations across the globe in collaborating activities for rebuilding of Jannatul Bakhi. And I'll talk about some of the activities in a second. But we try to act as a glue in passing out the information, giving them the theme, giving them the material for protest, for handouts, for placards, banners, and also slogans as well. We engage with ulama throughout the year in raising awareness about this project. And if you could please lower the volume a little bit. You could still talk, but do in a whisper state so that my message is coming across the people who are listening. And there are several of you, so thank you. I'm paying attention to you as well. So we engage with ulama and Shia organizations throughout the year to raise awareness about Jannatul Bakhi and ask them to participate and make events in their centers, in their community, to basically motivate people to talk about this as well. We conduct workshops in conferences, and we hold special majalis. You may have attended one of the majlis here in Husaini, where Maulana Salman Turabi Sahab was here to address that majlis. We hold that at other places as well. And we went to Ummah conference to hold workshop and information booths as well. We are trying to go into other conventions as well. Inshallah, if time permitting, we will make that accomplishment as well. Throughout the year, we also get in touch with senators, congressmen, and the officials of the Department of State and other government institutions that would influence Saudi Arabia in rebuilding Jannatul Bakhi. We contact them via emails, phones, and in-person meetings with them, and we try our best to make this issue known to them as well and demand some action. We send out regular communications to our mailing list for any event related to the destruction of the heritage sites in any of the Middle Eastern areas or any of our important places throughout the globe. Makkah, Medina, Samarra, Kazim, and Damascus and whatnot. We maintain the Facebook and emails with all the information. Some of our major accomplishments, if you could also please keep the voice down a little bit. I appreciate it. Keep it down, please. Well, some of the accomplishments that I would like to emphasize in this setting is the Baha'i organization is being looked at as the voice from the West. I'm pretty sure most of you are from Far East and Southeast Asia, Asian countries. There is an annual event that is being held at most of the metropolitan areas throughout the Southeast Asia and Far East Asia. The Baha'i organization has become the voice from the West that demands, and the voice is growing as well, and that demands a rebuilding of Jannat al-Bahi. We have established and engaged with some of the teams that do hold similar events in various cities, New York, New Jersey, Houston, Los Angeles, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Machilipatnam, Lucknow, London, Frankfurt, Karachi, and the list is growing, and our wings are expanding. The individuals that we collaborate with, they provide information. If you know anybody, please let us know, and we will engage with them, and we'll establish some relationship with them as well. Some of our accomplishments is, I'll show you a picture in a few minutes. Back in 2010, the Saudi authorities had placed barricades in front of the holy graves. And through our efforts, we have engaged the community in making awareness, send out email notifications, did a letter campaign and phone campaign, and with the help of everybody's efforts and du'as, and those barricades were removed. I'll show you that picture in a second. Apart from that, the ulama and the mu'mineen who go to Hajj or Umrah on a regular basis, they have seen the change in the attitude of some of the people that sort of stand around in those holy graves. Just yesterday, one of the brother Mobin was stating that in his last visit to Hajj, some of the Mutawwa, they were actually claiming that they are not part of Wahhabi, ideology and all that. So that's a change in, totally in their thought process. So I think this is an accomplishment towards the awareness that is being increased within the community at large. That sort of goes to the greater awareness of Baha'i amongst the Mu'mineen within U.S. as well as across the other metropolitan areas. Everywhere we go, there is at least 5 people that come to us and say, hey, we were never aware of this particular issue. So I think with our efforts, we see that there is a direct impact to the knowledge of the common people about the awareness of Jannat al-Bahi. So we think that is a big accomplishment for us. And Jannat al-Bahi, the website, has become the source of authority for Jannat al-Bahi related information. And it's been used and it's being referenced in several papers and articles throughout the world. And here's a picture of those barricades I talked to you about. So those barricades were placed initially in 2010, and then with our efforts, alhamdulillah, they was removed immediately. I think within a few days they were removed. We do hold protests. There is a picture of the protest rally that we encircle the Saudi embassy. And on the left-hand side, we go and establish booth in the conventions and basically reach out to people and make them aware of our project. So what else are we doing? We're trying to make the Baha'i organization a UN NGO. This will give us a lot of latitude in terms of what we can accomplish in the political arena of the current geopolitical issues with pertaining to Saudi Arabia and Islam and the West and all that. The UN platform will enable us to raise issues pertaining to making Jannat al-Bahi and other holy shrines a a heritage sites such that the UNESCO will basically take efforts to preserve them and restore it for future generations. We are planning to conduct seminars in universities pertaining to Islamic heritage topics, and we are working with some educationalists to enable us to do that. We are continuously looking for conventions and opportunities that would allow us to present information about Jannat al-Baqi and by putting up a booth. We are reaching out to other Muslim sects as well, because the issue of Jannat al-Baqi is not a sectarian issue. Rather, it's an issue on which most of the Muslim sects can unite on, and we are trying to bank on that. And then we are reaching out to them, and hopefully we'll engage with them more as well. We are translating some of the books in Urdu and in Arabic and Persian languages, and converting them into English and making them ebooks so that it could be widely available to the Western audiences as well. And Jannat al-Baqi, information about Jannat al-Baqi itself. Okay. And we're also presenting to scholars and media outlets about this project and making them aware of this effort. Now the question, one of the common questions that was asked yesterday is, why protest? Well, I've got a few answers for you. Let me start with a very basic humanities standpoint. It is your human right to demand preservation of your heritage and for your future generations. Just like how you got something, you want to make sure that can be passed on to future generations as well. So that is the foremost right that you have, and with this efforts, you can demand the rebuilding and preservation of Jannat al-Baqi. Now, besides rebuilding, what we also want to make sure is there are several sites that are under attack and constant attack. We want to prevent any further destructions of those holy sites going forward. So that's another reason that you need to participate. Okay? Besides that, our imams have continuously promoted and also asked the mu'mineen and prayed for the mu'mineen who make efforts in the preservation of heritage. I have one quick reference for you in Dua Zawar Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam has, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, has praised the mu'mineen who make efforts to preserve the state of the shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. As you may know, during the history and during especially in his time, the shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salam was under constant attack, and it was attacked. But Imam praised for those mu'mineens who made efforts to preserve it. So we want you to participate and take that reward as well. Last but not least, our Maraje has continuously reminded us and informed us to make the 8th Shawwal as the day of mourning, okay? And called upon Muslims throughout the world to make efforts to demand justice by condemning the atrocities, the crimes that has been committed by the Saudi, as well as rebuilding of Jannat al-Baqi. Okay, so those are the 4 important areas that I think you should engrave in your mind as to why you should protest. Okay, now the second question that we got asked yesterday is, well, does it make any difference with us making those, going to the rallies as well as, trying to make efforts to rebuild or asking for the rebuild? Yes, certainly it does. I showed you one proof from year 2010. I'll give you, talk to me offline, I'll give you more incidents through which I can prove it to you that there are authorities who are watching us. And they are keeping tabs on us as to what we are doing. That tells you, that will give you a pure indication that there are people who are looking for opportunities to make sure that this effort does not expand or does not grow, or we get shrink somehow, our message doesn't get passed I'll give you some incidents. I cannot share that in public, but I'll talk to you in person, and I'll give you proof of that information as well. So come to me, I'll give you the details, okay? Besides that, raising awareness of what happened in Samarra, what happened to Hujr bin Adi, what happened to the shrine of Ammar Yasir, what happened to the shrine of Sayyida Zainab salamullahi alaiha, and what happened to the shrine of Sayyida Sakina salamullahi alaiha. And there are many more instances. Every day you look at the Middle Eastern and some of the websites that are commonly noted for these things, you will see that there is every other day you will see a destruction of some shrine or a masjid or a imam bargah in certain countries. If you don't stand up, those things are going to continue on. Okay? And someday, Allah forbid, that issue does not come to the United States. Okay? So we need to stand up and we need to make our voices heard. Also, you need to take leverage of your citizenship in this country. You have rights, you have power. We want you to utilize that power. And also, truth always stands up. It will speak for itself. What you need to do is you just need to stand up for truth, and everything else will basically will fall in place. Okay? Now, why is it important to do this presentation now? Here's a simple reason. Saudi Arabia supports Wahhabi ideology. They support, they fuel, and they promote Wahhabi ideology. You know what that Wahhabi ideology brought to the world? It brought this list of characters. Started with ISIL, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, Sipahi Sahaba, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, and many more that you may be aware of. That it's still sort of in the initial stages. Al-Nusra, yeah, I forgot that. Yes. Who are the supporters of all this? I don't need to say, you all know that Saudi Arabia has been promoting this. There are websites, newspapers that are full of articles that prove the point that all of these are the doings of Saudi Arabia. There may be other people, that's fine, but the primary supporters are Saudi Arabia. So it is incumbent upon us to go in front of the source and demand some protection for Shias, demand some protections for Shia heritage, demand protection for humanity across the globe. Okay? And Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And all of those organizations, they have history of all the wrongdoings. So ISIL, they have publicized their intentions to destroy the shrines in Najaf, Kazaman, Karbala, and again in Samarra. And if you have not heard about this, you are living in some kind of a cocoon. Get out of it. Beshmar. And we are asking you a question. What are you doing about it? They have publicized their intentions. What's your response? If you don't have a response, join us. Be part of it. Okay? We are trying to give a response. Your help, your involvement will make an impact in our response back to them. Okay? All of you, most of you are very active in social media. Okay? This is our hashtag, Rebuild Baqi. Say no to Wahhabi terrorism. We want you to utilize this, promote this, send information about Janatul Baqi and the Baqi project to your friends. Don't worry about sending this information to non-Muslims. We are as much interested in getting non-Muslims involved as you may be hesitant to get them involved in this project. Okay, because this issue is not, like I said, it's not a sectarian issue. It's not a religious issue. This is about heritage. Go to our website, we're talking about other religions, heritage that has been destroyed as well. We want this to be a unified entity on which we can basically fight terrorism. Okay? With that, I'm going to open up the floor for questions. You have the right to ask any question that you want. That doesn't mean that I have the answer. I'll try my best to get the answer. If I don't answer it, I have Brother Sajjad Bhai, Maulana Sahab who will help me answer that as well. And go ahead, shout it from your place, and for those who are watching me on the internet, I'll relay that question again. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Can I ask one of our team members to actually act as an icebreaker and ask a question that you get asked all the time, just so that everybody else will be motivated to ask? Why do we protest? So the question is, why do we protest? The protest is basically to, there are like I said, sorry Misam, Misam told me not to flip the slides back, and I just did. Misam, I am on why protest slide. There are various reasons why we should protest. And very simply put, I put 4 main reasons. It's your human right. You know, you were given, you were bestowed a heritage from ancestors. And are you going to let that heritage destroy in front of you so that the future generations are deprived of that? So that's one simple reason that we should protest, to demand protection of our heritage sites. There are additional reasons, but I think one simple one is that will appeal to pretty much every denomination of the citizens. Yes, Sajjad Bhai, if you could add.
One, Kumail Bhai is being very mild. He gave a very nice and secular answer to that why protest. I will tell you why we protest. That's one of the reasons that we want to put a face forward in front of the world, because we want to be more secular and not be too very Shia-centric, because if we become too Shia-centric, then they'll blow us off. So we are trying to be very, very mild in temperature so that we can get attention of United Nations and World Heritage Center and everything. One of the answers is that I'm a Shia. How dare somebody can threaten us and tell us, while we are living in this age with our Imam-e-Zamana in Gaibat, that they can threaten our heritage? How dare they? Who are they? How could they? How could they even talk about that? Because we let them. For 85 years, we didn't say anything. We are not saying that we are world global organization, but we are certainly striving to be. That's a goal. That's what we want to be. We want to be up there at the apex of this thing, and we want these people to come to us. But wait a minute. We are not going to let them threaten us, and if they do, then we want to how little the voices. We're going to get up front in the Saudi embassy and ask those Yazidis that there are some people over here that care. So that is one of the main reasons for you to protest, is because you are a Shia. Get to know yourself, get your identity together, because that's what you are, that's who you are, and nobody can take that away from you. MashaAllah.
So you can hang on to that. And that's one additional reason for you to protest, is so that you have an answer when Munkir and Nakir are by you at the end of the day. Not literally end of the day, but at the end of your life, yes. I'll relay. Yes.
Did they accepted your petition, or what was their attitude about it?
Okay, the question was, when we submit our petitions, what is the response from the Saudi government regarding our petitions, right? Okay, so there are a couple things. The online petitions that we have submitted so far, none of those petitions actually went to the Saudi embassy, because they are not taking online petitions. But we do give our memorandum, or basically our ask, during the rally as well. So the general response is that, yes, we will review and we will get back to you. Obviously, they don't. But through the legal process, they are obligated to actually present that memorandum to the official representatives back home. So definitely through some channels, this memorandum is reaching the home office in Riyadh, and somebody up high is reviewing that as a diplomatic cable from from USA's embassy, I guess.
But they're not legally obligated to comply with it, or
No, they're not. They're not legally obligated to respond to any of the institutions that demand that. Yeah.
Just to answer a little bit and add to Kamal Bhai's answer is very good. The petition that you sign, the more signatures that you get on the petition, it is a lobbying effect, basically.
Yes.
You take that lobbying effect and reach a crescendo. That means if you have 100,000 signatures on that, they will be forced to answer, because you know what? You get your senator involved in there, your local senators, Democrats over your Republicans, and what they do is when they see 100,000 signatures coming from a block of a organization, which means a lot of votes, a lot of money, a lot of funds for them, they take that bill and move it up. Once they move the bill up, it goes into the House. And when it goes into the House and you have additional signatures, they go ahead and say, wow, there are 100,000 people on this. We better be careful with this one. You know this, you know how it works, the political system over here. The more power of the people is behind a petition, the faster the answer is going to be. So that's why we are at the grassroots levels, because when we talk to grassroots level people, the grassroots people are going to come up, rise and sign. That's when you get the answer. I can talk until I'm blue in the face, or any other person can talk, as a great speaker can talk. No action. Action is the vote that you have, like he was saying, the power of the vote that you have, the power of the change that you can make in there. So the most important thing is that every petition that goes out there, even if it's Gaza, if it's this, Bucky petitions, sign it. It takes 1 second, sign it, and then send it to your friends. You got the hashtag in it.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, definitely. Kamran Bhai, you had a question. Sure, okay. The question was, have we reached out to other institutions in Chicagoland area, or in general to other institutions across the United States, to take a more active role in this project? Is that what your question was?
That also, and have you approached other areas like New York, New
Sure.
Jersey, other, उधर कोई आपने ऐसे group leaders बनाए?
Sure, okay. So the add-on to that question was, have we reached out to other cities, other metropolitan areas where we have Shia majority, Shias in a significant number? Have we established any point of presence over there so that those individuals can work on behalf of the Baha'i organization? Yes. So, so the answer is going to be in two parts. First of all, yes, we met with all the ulama of the Chicagoland area. We showed them a different slide deck that was more geared towards for adults. This was more geared towards the youth. That had some more information about the organization and all that. We shared that information with them. We also shared what our future plans were, our goals, vision, mission, and all that. And they all of the ulama have signed on to support 100% with this project. And as part of this effort, we went to Baitul Ilm, and we went to Masum, and we are going, inshallah, we are going to go to Ahlul Bayt Center as well. And we already made presentations at Baitul Ilm and Masum Imam Barga, and they are going to basically facilitate in basically signing up people to go for the protest. And for Ahlul Bayt Center as well, they're going to do that. And from an organization standpoint, and if there are significant number of people that are coming from those institutions, inshallah, the buses will be arranged such that they will go and pick up those passengers from those institutions, and they will, inshallah, they'll go along with us to Washington, D.C. Now, as far as reaching out to institutions across the United States, yes, we have contacted each and every alim in most of the metropolitan areas who we have contact information about, and we spoke to them. We sent them a letter to the alim and to the institution, asking them to participate in this project, make announcements, or make an event locally in their center as well. And we also have our teams, like in New York, New Jersey, Los Angeles, Houston. We have representatives over there who are sort of are working with us closely in organizing events in their geographic areas. Okay. How much more time, Maulana? It's already 9:45. Okay, last question.
First of all, I should ask this question. I have to do my own homework, but since you are answering, how many Shia sites do we have under UN Heritage Centers, including Islamic and Shia shrines?
How many? The question is, how many Shia shrines are currently under the UNESCO's heritage preservation project.
No rosas, nothing.
I don't have the definite answer. It would be very, I would say
None of them.
none.
None.
Right.
Also ask to do good.
The challenge with UNESCO is the host country has to initiate the effort to make that area a preserved site. So, right. My assumption is Iraq is probably working on it. I have not seen it. Okay. UNESCO has a website through which you could actually go to the map and then drill down and see what sites are currently as preserved site. I have not seen, but I'm assuming Iraq is probably now, since the fall of Saddam, Lanatullah alayh. Taqi Kisra. Yeah, Taqi Kisra is because from the historical point of view as well. Yeah. And that's so, that's probably, Yahudis probably did that than anybody else. That's my assumption. But Muhammad, एक मिनट, मौलाना एक आखिरी सवाल ले लेना खुर्शीद भाई. Did you invite the media over there? Yes. So, okay, yeah, very good question. Do we invite media? Yes. Every year, we do several things to reach out to media. First of all, we do a press release. Secondly, we contact our Shia media channels and inform them about this event. Third, we reach out to the general, media, the Western media, and ask them to cover the story as well. So we do our best from our standpoint to reach out and try to get the coverage. We have been successful in certain areas and not so successful, and inshallah the efforts are still underway to make some more progress in that area.
For the last 5 years I'm going to you guys, but I never saw any news.
Exactly, and I'll end this with one short answer. In one of the White House press briefing, a reporter has asked the press secretary about, you could go and search on the internet as well because all the transcripts are public for the US White House press briefing. They asked, there was a protest yesterday in front of Saudi embassy, and the reporter asked the press secretary, what is the response of the United States? And the press secretary simply said, that is a Saudi internal matters, and we are not going to get involved into that. So that's how we are. We need your help to make efforts to change that thought process. But Muhammad Wali. Exactly. So Maulana Saab's comment, I think it's a final punch. The more people show up, it will be incumbent upon media to cover this story.
But we have Safir TV and
Why don't you go in front of the White House and protest there so make it their matter so they can get involved?
Janatul Baqi, the question is why not go in front of the White House and the Janatul Baqi is in Saudi Arabia. It's a good comment, certainly. I mean, there are a lot of people who have been asking for that. The simple answer, in discussion with ulama and the leader, that we have consulted with, everybody stated it's pretty close to White House, but the emphasis is the rebuilding in Saudi Arabia itself. So that's where we demand. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
हाँ किताब है क्या एक बुक दे दीजिए
Muhammad salawat.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم رب شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن وافترضت على عبادك فيه الصيام صل على محمد وآل محمد وارزقني حج بيتك الحرام في عامي هذا وفي كل عام واغفر لي تلك الذنوب العظام فإنه لا يغفرها غيرك يا رحمن يا علام بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك أن تجعل فيما تقضي وتقدر من الأمر المحتوم في الأمر الحكيم من القضاء الذي لا يرد ولا يبدل أن تكتبني من حجاج بيتك الحرام المبرور حجهم المشكور سعيهم المغفور ذنوبهم المكفر عن سيئاتهم وأن تجعل فيما تقضي وتقدر أن تطيل عمري في خير وعافية وتوسع في رزقي وتجعلني ممن تنتصر به لدينك ولا تستبدل بي غيري بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أفتتح الثناء بحمدك وأنت مسدد للصواب بمنك وأيقنت أنك أنت أرحم الراحمين في موضع العفو والرحمة وأشد المعاقبين في موضع النكال والنقمة وأعظم المتجبرين في موضع الكبرياء والعظمة اللهم أذنت لي في دعائك ومسألتك فاسمع يا سميع مدحتي وأجب يا رحيم دعوتي وأقل يا غفور عثرتي فكم يا إلهي من كربة قد فرجتها وهموم قد كشفتها وعثرة قد أقلتها ورحمة قد نشرتها وحلقة بلاء قد فككتها الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا الله اللهم صل على محمد الحمد لله بجميع محامده كلها على جميع نعمه كلها الحمد لله الذي لا مضاد له في ملكه ولا منازع له في أمره الحمد لله الذي لا شريك له في خلقه ولا شبيه له في عظمته الحمد لله الفاشي في الخلق أمره وحمده الظاهر بالكرم مجده الباسط بالجود يده الذي لا تنقص خزائنه ولا تزيده كثرة العطاء إلا جودا وكرما إنه هو العزيز الوهاب اللهم إني أسألك قليلا من كثير مع حاجة بي إليه عظيمة وغناك عنه قديم وهو عندي كثير وهو عليك سهل يسير اللهم إن عفوك عن ذنبي وتجاوزك عن خطيئتي وصفحك عن ظلمي وسترك على قبيح عملي وحلمك عن كثير جرمي عندما كان من خطئي وعمدي يطمعني في أن أسألك ما لا أستوجبه منك الذي رزقتني من رحمتك وأريتني من قدرتك وعرفتني من إجابتك فصرت أدعوك آمنا وأسألك مستانسا لا خائفا ولا وجلا مدلا عليك فيما قصدت فيه إليك فإن أبطأ عني عتبت بجهل عليك ولعل الذي أبطأ عني هو خير لي لعلمك بعاقبة الأمور فلم أر مولا كريما أصبر على عبد لئيم منك علي يا ربي إنك تدعوني فأولي عنك وتتحبب إلي فأتبغض إليك وتتودد إلي فلا أقبل منك كأن لي التطول عليك فلم يمنعك ذلك من الرحمة لي والإحسان إلي والتفضل علي بجودك وكرمك فارحم عبدك الجاهل وجد عليه بفضل إحسانك إنك جواد كريم. الحمد لله مالك الملك مجري الفلك مسخر الرياح فالق الإصباح ديان الدين رب العالمين. الحمد لله على حلمه بعد علمه والحمد لله على عفوه بعد قدرته والحمد لله على طول أناته في غضبه وهو قادر على ما يريد. الحمد لله خالق الخلق باسط الرزق فالق الإصباح ذي الجلال والإكرام والفضل والإنعام الذي بعد فلا يرى وقرب فشهد النجوى تبارك وتعالى. الحمد لله الذي ليس له منازع يعادله ولا شبيه يشاكله ولا ظهير يعاضده. قهر بعزته الأعزاء وتواضع لعظمته العظماء فبلغ بقدرته ما يشاء. الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أناديه ويستر علي كل عورة وأنا أعصيه ويعظم النعمة علي فلا أجازيه. فكم من موهبة هنيئة قد أعطاني وعظيمة مخوفة قد كفاني وبهجة مونقة قد أراني فأثني عليه حامدا وأذكره مسبحا. الحمد لله الذي لا يهتك حجابه ولا يغلق بابه ولا يرد سائله ولا يخيب آمله. الحمد لله الذي يؤمن الخائفين وينجي الصالحين ويرفع المستضعفين ويضع المستكبرين ويهلك ملوكا ويستخلف آخرين. والحمد لله قاصم الجبارين مبير الظالمين مدرك الهاربين نكال الظالمين صريخ المستصرخين موضع حاجات الطالبين معتمد المؤمنين. الحمد لله الذي من خشيته ترعد السماء وسكانها وترجف الأرض وعمارها وتموج البحار ومن يسبح في غمراتها. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. الحمد لله الذي يخلق ولم يخلق ويرزق ولا يرزق ويطعم ولا يطعم ويميت الأحياء ويحيي الموتى وهو حي لا يموت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وأمينك وصفيك وحبيبك وخيرتك من خلقك وحافظ سرك ومبلغي رسالاتك أفضل وأحسن وأجمل وأكمل وأزكى وأنمى وأطيب وأطهر وأسنى وأكثر ما صليت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت وسلمت على أحد من عبادك وأنبيائك ورسلك وصفوتك وأهل الكرامة عليك من خلقك. اللهم وصل على علي أمير المؤمنين ووصي رسول رب العالمين عبدك ووليك وأخي رسولك وحجتك على خلقك وآيتك الكبرى والنبأ العظيم. وصل على الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة سيدتي نساء العالمين وصل على سبطي الرحمة وإمامي الهدى الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة. وصل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي حججك على عبادك وأمنائك في بلادك صلاة كثيرة دائمة. اللهم وصل على ولي أمرك القائم المؤمل والعدل المنتظر وحفه بملائكتك المقربين وأيده بروح القدس يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعله الداعي إلى كتابك والقائم بدينك. استخلفه في الأرض كما استخلفت الذين من قبله. مكن له دينه الذي ارتضيته له. أبدله من بعد خوفه أمنا يعبدك لا يشرك بك شيئا. اللهم أعزه وأعزز به وانصره وانتصر به وانصره نصرا عزيزا وافتح له فتحا يسيرا واجعل له من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا. اللهم أظهر به دينك وسنة نبيك حتى لا يستخفي بشيء من الحق مخافة أحد من الخلق. اللهم إنا نرغب إليك في دولة كريمة تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله وتجعلنا فيها من الدعاة إلى طاعتك والقادة إلى سبيلك وترزقنا بها كرامة الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم ما عرفتنا من الحق فحملناه وما قصرنا عنه فبلغناه. اللهم المم به شعثنا واشعب به صدعنا وارتق به فتقنا وكثر به قلتنا وأعزز به ذلتنا واغني به عائلنا واغض به عن مغرمنا واجبر به فقرنا وسد به خلتنا ويسر به عسرنا وبيض به وجوهنا وفك به أسرنا وأنجح به طلبتنا وأنجز به مواعيدنا واستجب به دعوتنا وأعطنا به سؤلنا وبلغنا به من الدنيا والآخرة آمالنا وأعطنا به فوق رغبتنا يا خير المسؤولين وأوسع المعطين. اشف به صدورنا وأذهب به غيظ قلوبنا واهدنا به لما اختلف فيه من الحق بإذنك إنك تهدي من تشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. وانصرنا به على عدوك وعدونا إله الحق آمين. اللهم إنا نشكو إليك فقد نبينا صلواتك عليه وآله وغيبة ولينا وكثرة عدونا وقلة عددنا وشدة الفتن بنا وتظاهر الزمان علينا. فصل على محمد وآله وأعنا على ذلك بفتح منك تعجله وبضر تكشفه ونصر تعزه وسلطان حق تظهره ورحمة منك تجللناها وعافية منك تلبسناها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم برحمتك في الصالحين فأدخلنا وفي عليين فارفعنا وبكأس من معين من عين سلسبيل فاسقنا ومن الحور العين برحمتك فزوجنا ومن الولدان المخلدين كأنهم لؤلؤ مكنون فأخدمنا ومن ثمار الجنة ولحوم الطير فأطعمنا ومن ثياب السندس والحرير والاستبرق فألبسنا وليلة القدر وحج بيتك الحرام وقتلا في سبيلك فوفق لنا وصالح الدعاء والمسألة فاستجب لنا وإذا جمعت الأولين والآخرين يوم القيامة فارحمنا وبراءة من النار فاكتب لنا وفي جهنم فلا تغلنا وفي عذابك وهوانك فلا تبتلنا ومن الزقوم والضريع فلا تطعمنا ومع الشياطين فلا تجعلنا وفي النار على وجوهنا فلا تكببنا ومن ثياب النار وسرابيل القطران فلا تلبسنا ومن كل سوء يا لا إله إلا أنت بحق لا إله إلا أنت فنجنا. हज़रात एक सूरह फ़ातिहा पढ़कर जुमला मोमिन व मोमिनात तमाम अपने मरहूमीन और आज का तबर्रुक माशाअल्लाह यूथ की जानिब से था, उनके तमाम यूथ के जो लोग इसमें किसी तरह भी पार्टिसिपेशन जिन्होंने किया उनके मरहूमीन के लिए आपसे गुजारिश सूरह फ़ातिहा पढ़ना। बिस्मिल्लाह। زيارة جامعة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام على أولياء الله وأصفيائه، السلام على أمناء الله وأحبائه، السلام على أنصار الله وخلفائه، السلام على محال معرفة الله، السلام على مساكن ذكر الله، السلام على مظهر أمر الله ونهيه، السلام على الدعاة إلى الله، السلام على المستقرين في مرضات الله، السلام على المخلصين في طاعة الله، السلام على الأدلاء على الله، السلام على الذين من والاهم فقد والى الله ومن عاداهم فقد عاد الله ومن عرفهم فقد عرف الله ومن جهلهم فقد جهل الله ومن اعتصم بهم فقد اعتصم بالله ومن تخلى منهم فقد تخلى من الله عز وجل. وأشهد الله أني سلم لمن سالمتم وحرب لمن حاربتم، مؤمن بسركم وعلانيتكم ومفوض في ذلك كله إليكم. لعن الله عدو آل محمد من الجن والإنس وأبرأ إلى الله منهم، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.